Joining us this morning. So this is going to happen in about an hour and 15 minutes. We know how he addressed folks yesterday. What are we going to expect from Zelensky?
Well, Allison, I think he's going to have a list of requests, and anything within reason, anything short of direct American participation in the Ukraine, I think that we should fulfill. There's been a bipartisan frustration on the Hill, quite frankly, at the pace of the aid. And what we knew in November, this was an urgent situation. Unfortunately, now it's an emergency. Joe Biden has inexplicably dragged his feet. And we would hope, in the last segment, Rob had asked, are there any more hearts and minds to win? Yeah, I think one, guy named Joe Biden.
Great point. Not because I asked the question, but I sort of asked that with that same thought in mind, Congressman. I read this morning that there could be more people in the chamber than there was for the State of the Union. What does that tell you about sort of what this moment means historically?
If I, had a choice between voting for Joe Biden or President Zelensky, Zelensky's got my vote every day.
I think a lot of people probably agree with you, yeah.
Yeah, what we know is this is history. What we're going to see in 70 minutes. People are going to be, kids in school are going to be reading about this event 100 years from now. And it's a unique opportunity for us to provide the asymmetrical war materials that the Ukrainians need to at least reach stalemate with the Russians. And by reaching stalemate, they, I think, really do achieve victory. And that is not only harpoons, which are anti-ship missiles, Rob, but the javelins, which are taking out the tanks, stingers and other manpads, which are essentially mobile surface-to-air missiles. But we also need to send them sniper rifles and plastic explosives and anti-tank mines and light machine guns. And we knew that there was something very suspect 3 months ago. And I signed on to a letter in November asking Joe Biden to send more war material, and he just dragged his feet.
Yeah, we saw troops, months and months there. Congressman, we spoke to a member of the Ukrainian parliament, and she said, look, we need these planes. They want the no-fly zone, but they need these planes. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they'll get them? How do you see anything changing after today's speech?
Well, like Claudia Teddy said, Allison, he's following from behind. They might actually get the planes. This is just Joe Biden and his administration with a bumbling, fumbling policy. It makes no sense. All these planes are sophisticated war material. And we're not going to be flying them from Germany, Poland to Germany and then to the Ukraine. We're not going to be flying hot missions against Russian troops.
Right.
We can have Ukrainian pilots fly them in. I don't know what he's doing there, but there's been the Democrats, some of the Democrats on the Hill have really gotten the Ukraine right. And there's a bipartisan frustration with the president's lack of leadership.
Yeah, I think Democrats that maybe have served. It's so bizarre to me, too, because we are talking, and you know this better than anybody, we're talking about 29 planes here, not 350, F-14 Tomcats from the Soviet era or something like that. 29 planes, okay? It's not going to be enough to break the Russian army, but it could make a difference. And if we don't do something to show Putin that we actually care and are going to do something, this will continue. And I'm wondering, do you think Putin, I think he thought this was going to be a quick invasion. He'd take Kyiv in a matter of days. Has he changed course? Is he in for the long haul now?
Rob, you're actually saying that we should project strength?
Yes.
You mean the United States of America?
Yes.
What? Whoa. It's not making sense, my man. Rob Finnerty for president. I mean, so what Joe Biden has done, he's drawing these arbitrary red lines on himself. And he's allowing Vladimir Putin to deter him rather than the president of the United States deterring this dictator. I mean, it's absurd and it's ridiculous. We need democracy is at stake here, and we have 44 million people in the Ukraine, and millions of them are ready to fight, but they can't fight with broomsticks and an inspired heart.
Yeah.
And what Zelensky has done, somebody told me last week that if you're a politician, you're an elected official, you're a leader, we're purveyors in hope. And my goodness, he's giving not only the Ukraine, but the world hope.
Yeah. Congressman Birch had said a moment ago he doesn't expect a dry eye in the House. I don't expect that either. Again, he's going to be speaking President Zelensky in just about an hour and 15 minutes. Congressman, great to see you. Thanks so much for the insight this morning.
Thanks, y'all. God bless.
All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you, Congressman. Stay with us here on Newsmax. We will continue our coverage of President Zelensky's speech. And don't forget to download the Newsmax app.